listeners.
We're gonna go see Wonder Woman.
That's it?
What else? I don't have anything to say to the world. That's why I don't put anything on the web.
I mean, this is a new phase. This is my lovely wife, Bethia.
And I really don't care what people think about me, so I don't want to talk to them.
You can't even say anything?
What do I want to say to them?
So I guess she's not excited, but we're on our way to pick up Gavin right now to go see Wonder Woman in theaters.
Not really recording.
Yeah, bro.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It'd be red.
What? No, it's recording right now.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is, Bethia.
No, it's not.
Alright, well anyways, so yeah, we're on our way to pick up Gavin. Stop, Bethia. And I guess Bethia doesn't think we're recording. She doesn't want to go, apparently.
I want to go to the movie. I don't want to be recorded. This is illegal.
She hates you people.
I do.
Stop. Just chill. Alright, so that's all you gotta say?
Yeah, I didn't want to be recorded.
Alright.
This is illegal.
Whatever. We'll see you guys at Gavin's house.
Is it recording? Yep.
You wanna go?
So welcome back to the third episode of Drivin Review. Today we're on our way to go see Wonder Woman. So Cody, what are you thinking? What are your thoughts before? This is before we've seen the movie. So
Yeah. Have you seen the trailer?
yeah.
Okay. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but is she on Earth or?
Yes.
Okay. It looked like a whole other planet.
Okay. Let me explain a little bit of Wonder Woman knowledge. My small base of knowledge that I know. Themyscira is an island where it's all women and they're all Amazonian warriors. They're all like super strong and stuff.
You called it Bethia.
I knew it.
I mean, if she knew it, she's not really calling it. It's just like a fact.
Okay, so
You knew nothing about Wonder Woman.
I'm just doing like a preview practice, and
So you know nothing about Wonder Woman.
Not at all.
So tell us what you think is going to happen in this movie. What are your...
Well, based on the trailer, it looks a whole lot better than Batman vs Superman, and it actually looks like something interesting is going to happen. Like she's from a different time period. That much we know. Not only from Batman vs Superman, but you can kind of tell from the trailer.
Yeah, it's like World War II.
Okay.
Well, I think it's World War I.
Okay.
Because they call it the war to end all wars.
I mean, what I think is going to happen is obviously she finds her powers, and she becomes, what?
No, go ahead.
What? Am I doing something wrong? This is just
Go
my
ahead.
opinion. I don't know, man. So obviously it looks like she's going to come to America, I'm assuming, and just fight stuff. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. What do you think is going to happen, Gavin?
Well, you said you saw the trailer.
Like once, barely.
Okay. So, what I'm guessing is going to happen is her mom's going to die. She's going to leave the island even though she's not supposed to, and she's going to take like the ancient weapons of old, which of course are her Wonder Woman gauntlets, the sword, and the lasso of truth, which is pretty cool. One thing about the lasso of truth I didn't know for a long time is not only does it make her enemies tell her the truth, but she can also make them do whatever she wants them to do.
Really?
Yeah. At least, I'm pretty sure
Okay.
that's the thing.
What about you,
Yeah.
Bethia?
What about me?
What do you think is going to happen?
I didn't pay much attention during the trailer.
You don't.
What are you expecting?
What are you expecting? Whatever you're like. Are you gonna like it? Is it gonna be good, bad?
I'm sure I'll probably like it. It looks a lot better than the Batman vs Superman. It'll probably be the best DC movie so far.
Yeah. I say the same thing. I think this will be the best DC movie, but I don't count the Dark Knight trilogy as DC movies.
I tell you, it kind of has like a Marvel feel to it almost.
No, it doesn't.
I don't want to say it because they just look like it's gonna be fun.
I wouldn't say fun is exclusively a Marvel feel.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah. I think
she said something. Sorry, I didn't cut you off.
Go ahead.
She said something pretty funny. What did you say? Has like, so what do you think? Like we were practicing, and she said, do you remember what I thought?
I really don't remember what we were talking
She was like, well, it's a DC movie, so it's probably going to be terrible.
Oh, okay. Like that. It looks like it'll be better than the other ones.
Okay.
Better than the other ones. That's what I'm hoping for.
What were you saying? My bad.
Well, because what had happened, and I talked about this in the last Drivin Review, is where after the Dark Knight trilogy, everyone was like, "Oh, that movie was so good, and it was so dark and realistic." And so every superhero movie, they were like, let's make it dark and realistic. But that's not why people like superhero movies.
That's a Batman movie.
That's a Batman. It fits tonally. And I think that there's from what I saw in the previews, and I might be like overhyping it or getting my hopes up, but it seems like they've kind of adjusted the tone a little bit, where there is humor and it's not just like dark and gritty, because it's like no one wants to go to a Wonder Woman and see like dark, gritty action.
And maybe it's because Batman vs. Superman was a Batman movie as well. I mean, because maybe they tried to include that, not just in the Batman scenes, but everything. Because like, think about it as also.
Well, they did that for the first Superman movie too.
Well, because Superman, like Superman's just kind of, this is like a depressing movie for Superman too, because he was tired of getting treated like this awful person, and he keeps getting blamed for stuff that didn't happen. So maybe it was supposed to be a depressing movie though.
I think Batman vs. Superman was just a piece of crap.
Yeah,
it was just terribly written, and
you see that interview
terribly produced.
You see that like meme where it was like Ben Affleck and the other guy, like they were interviewing, and the whole time Ben Affleck's just like,
he looks like super sad,
and he's just like, what have I done in my life?
I think I heard, I don't know, it might have just been a rumor that he's not coming back to Batman.
Really?
Because they wanted to do a Batman standalone movie, but after Batman vs. Superman, he like didn't want to do it anymore.
I mean, he's obviously...
And I was like, dude, your Batman was the best part of Batman vs. Superman. I loved Ben Affleck's Batman. But we're not talking about Batman, we're talking about Wonder Woman. We'll talk about Batman in another video, but we're talking about Wonder Woman. I don't know. And the thing, for me, I was never excited for a Wonder Woman movie to come out at all until I saw the trailer, and I thought that actually looks pretty good.
What's the actor or actress that's Gal
Gadot or Gadot or something?
She actually seems like she's going to be a really good Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
The little bit we got of her in Batman vs. Superman was actually really good.
She's one of the best parts. Yeah, however random she was. The only good part.
And somehow she already got her emblem from what's his face?
I don't know what you're trying to say. Oh, Batman?
No. But like they all got their
Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor assigned them.
Yeah, that was a weird part of the movie. He was like, I made a logo for everyone, even Cyborg. But
Justice League is going to look good. I mean, I know we're getting sidetracked.
Justice League looks good. Let's just talk about DC movies. I hope Zack Snyder stops directing them. I know he did.
Is he directing this one?
Well, I think he directed the whole thing. Recently he stopped directing because of like really personal issues. Like he just there's a lot of stuff that was happening in his family, and he thought he could just like power through it with like work and stuff, but like it was too much, so he like dropped out of at least the Justice League movie.
Yeah.
Which, like, I'm sorry about his life and all, but like I'm glad he's not directing these movies, because he's really good at taking what's in a comic book pane and putting it on the screen, but it doesn't make any sense in the movies a lot of the times. And I'm sick of seeing slow motion everything. I almost want to time how many slow motion, like how long the slow motion scenes are in this movie.
How quickly it would.
Because it's like all the previews for all of his movies is like 90% slow motion, and it's like, okay, how many of these shots do you have, dude? Like, try something new.
Well, I guess that's about it then, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys after the movie.
Oh, it's Sunday, never mind.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A's not open.
Sorry about that. I'll get you something after we drop Gavin off. You want to say it or want me to say it?
Okay, so we just finished watching Wonder Woman. We'll try to do this first part spoiler free. So, first things first, we found out Zack Snyder did not direct this movie.
Yeah.
He wrote it and produced it, but Patty Jenkins, is that who it was?
I don't know, I wasn't paying attention.
I was paying attention. Patty Jenkins directed the movie.
I was reliving the whole movie in my mind.
And she did a pretty good job.
Man.
She did a pretty good job.
I know this is going to be really vague, but that was a amazing movie.
It was so good.
That
It was so good. I was like shocked.
I'd even say best of 2017.
I mean, so far.
That.
What's competing with it so far?
I mean, you want to say Guardians of the Galaxy?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but
like Guardians was a great movie.
I would rather watch this movie than Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
This was really good. Man,
And
this was good.
I own Guardians of the Galaxy apparel. Like, I'm a fan.
I'm gonna start wearing Wonder Woman apparel now.
I have a Wonder Woman cup.
I gave you that cup.
Cody got me from the Dollar Tree because I was excited about this movie, and I was right to be excited. Apparently,
Let me adjust the camera a little bit. Man, that was
because it was there
wasn't a dull moment in that movie.
Yes, the pacing was so good. You want to turn left?
Yeah, I'm going to turn left.
Because I was thinking about yesterday we did our Star Wars episode, and we watched Clone Wars, and the length I think is about the same time as this movie.
It didn't seem like it.
But yeah, I didn't want to fall asleep during this movie. It was like the pacing was so much better.
I don't want to be that guy. Like, it's hard to find a movie that impresses me anymore because you're like, I kind of get what's gonna happen, but I'm not saying I didn't know what was gonna happen, but it was so fun to watch.
Yeah,
it was so good.
It was so good. The plot wasn't like too
stupid.
It wasn't like every other like, oh, there's a thing and we have to go get it kind of movie. It was like, there's a bad guy and he's being bad, so go stop him.
Yeah.
But it was done. I don't know. I don't know how to say it without spoiling anything. But it was
done very well.
Yeah, it was just done very well.
What do you got to say, Bethia? You can't really see her. She's behind Gavin.
It was definitely the best DC movie they've had.
Yeah.
We didn't do the camera. We'll just use the audio.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Man. Okay. Want to do spoil free or what?
Yeah.
Here, we're gonna pause it real quick. We forgot our.
No, we don't. You don't need to pause it.
Oh, okay.
You don't need to say we'll pause it. You just cut it out. The magic of editing. That's right. It's hard to do in a moving car. Just put the mic right here.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Do you have the microphone on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just put it on. All right. So you want to go do the spoil version?
We got out of focus, like super hardcore.
Whoa.
Don't worry about it. I got it.
All right. Gavin's a pro.
Okay. Autofocus.
All right. On to the spoils.
Yeah. So for comic book nerds, there's two origin stories for Wonder Woman. You have, she was made out of clay and Zeus brought her to life, and you have Zeus and whatever Diana's mother's name is had Diana, and so she's like literally the daughter of Zeus. In this movie, they kind of do both.
A little bit.
So they tell her that she was molded from clay and brought to life by Zeus, but then the real story of it is
He just made her.
that they had a baby.
She was a tool.
They had a baby.
Wow.
So yeah, that's one thing.
Actually, what was kind of neat, like I like what we just talked about in the spoil-free version, how they chased, like they didn't do like an empty plot hole or something, but they chased what you thought was the whole time.
This is a huge spoiler right here, but it's like,
what was his name?
Ares.
Yeah, Ares.
God of War.
Ares. You thought the whole, because like he breathed in that stuff, he looked,
Yeah, you think that he's like, and she even says, she says this is to give you your power back, and you're like, oh,
who the heck was that guy?
yeah, but it doesn't matter, he's dead. So,
like maybe it was like some super juice or something. I don't know, man.
Super Juice, the original Captain America.
Oh my gosh, that was so insane.
Yeah, Chris Pratt was basically Captain America.
Because I'm like, this guy's kind of a weak god. Like, this is the son of Zeus, and he's just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah. When it ended, I was like, dang, she took him out quick. This lane ends.
Oh yeah.
And then there's that reveal, and I was like, oh, okay, this makes more sense.
We're crazy out of focus. I don't know we're
Look,
good.
man, I'm just going to put it on manual.
All right. I guess we can start directing this one. Daya, do you have any words?
I don't really have any words. It was
Oh my
really
gosh.
good movie.
What was your favorite part? All right.
What's your favorite part of the movie? I know my favorite part.
Oh my gosh.
You want me to say mine?
Go for it.
So there's a scene in the trailer where she's like walking out of the trenches and she's like deflecting bullets. That has to be the best scene in the whole movie.
It's also good.
Yeah. So there's a lot of like gratuitous slow motion, but I'll forgive it. Like it's like right before that amazing scene.
Yeah.
She's wearing like this disguise, and you actually have yet to see her outfit. Like I didn't even realize like you've yet
There's
to
like
see
silhouettes.
because like she sees it in the tower at the beginning of the movie and like takes it, but she's like covered up the whole time, so you never get to see it. And they keep like teasing it, like she goes to take off her thing, they're like whoa, 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 and they like keep stopping her. And so finally she's like, I've had enough. I'm going in the fight. And she goes to undo her hair first, and they just show her removing like her like hair tie in like slow motion. And it's just this weird, awkward shot.
I know.
Where she's from the back, where she's just taking her hair tie off for like a really long time, and then they just go back into normal motion, and she says the rest of her line, and they go back into slow motion again. And it's like, you should have had that first slow motion part.
Yeah.
Like it should have just been all regular motion.
I even told you, I'm like, hey, this is one of those slow motion moments you gotta record.
I know. But then after that, it was just pretty awesome because she fought like an entire army by herself. She just
dude.
walked and just.
But like he was like, Steve was always there for her.
Yeah,
like
Steve was just like. He
Steve
put like his complete trust in her. He was like, look, they're all shooting her, so we can just run up now. And then like the rest of the army comes up behind them, and they just like take over and like liberate the town.
He was an amazing character.
Yeah, and that was another thing that I really appreciated. The characters weren't like stereotypes of themselves or anything.
They weren't Rogue One.
Yeah, they were, and it wasn't like they spent all this time developing them.
Yeah.
They introduced the characters, and like they just felt like people. And like obviously from the beginning you have Steve and you have Diana, and like they start with Diana's origins as a child, so like she's already a developed character and people are familiar with the brand and everything, and you just kind of already know what she's about. But then Steve comes in, and immediately you kind of get to see like how he is as a person, and that like I don't know, they work well together as like people, like Steve and Diana, because their goals are kind of aligned or whatever, so they work well as characters together. They're both really good actors too. Gal Gadot did a really good job. And then there were 3 other people that they kind of recruit into their party.
Yeah.
And like very quickly you just kind of get the sense of like their whole personality, and you're like, okay, like I get who this guy is. And they don't like ham-fist it, and it's not corny, and it's just like really natural.
It's just like you meet. It's like you.
Yeah,
meet
it's
them,
like you just meet them, and then you're just like, well, these are the guys now. Like this is the crew, and then like
squad.
I loved like the little touches that they added to like show that they've known each other, and it was just like little things. They didn't like focus on it and be like, look at this character and their struggle. It was just kind of like you had to like they didn't talk down to you.
It felt like an actual like you were there, like. Because she said, Diana, everyone has their own struggles, and she like glances over at 1 or 2 people, and they're like, well, I guess that's true. And like you can think what it is, but they don't like go to that
and
backstory.
like even like the guy who was a marksman or whatever, there's like a scene where like he struggles with like pulling the trigger, and they're just like, look, it's just we've been through war, and it's like hard for us sometimes. And like they don't go into like, here's this backstory of how everyone's mother is dead, and like it's just kind of like, look, we all have like our demons. Like they just kind of give it to you like that, and you're like, oh, okay, like
I don't know how this is the same people that made Batman versus Superman. Like what?
Same company, yeah.
But okay, so my favorite scene, I still haven't thought about it because I've tried to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Man, there were so many good scenes. I can't take your scene. Probably.
It's a good one.
I mean, obviously one of the best scenes, but I just to pull something out of the air would probably have to be the last fight scene, because it's very tempting for her. She could have definitely chose
to just start beating the heck out of everyone.
Well, not just that, but like start fresh, because that was tempting.
That was a pretty cool.
Because like I like how he was like, just listen to me. Humans are stupid. I'm not crazy, just think about it.
Like, clearly you've seen this.
We can start fresh. And honestly, I was kind of like, well, why did she choose that? I mean, to be honest, like, yeah, it'd be sad for everyone to start over, but
she realized that, like,
yeah,
literally we're just controlling the world with more war. We just need to, like,
That's
get
true.
along and stop shooting
and on
each
top
other.
of
We'll
all,
be fine.
on top of all that, that scene where Steve died was super sad, and I think that really gave her that put, like,
and that was another thing.
His death solved so many things. Like, it not only stopped the gas, but it unleashed her potential.
And, like, I actually got sad. Like, I felt
I
an
did get
emotional
sad.
attachment to the characters.
Because he wasn't like a crappy character.
I know.
He's
and,
like, he's like your bud.
Like, I started tearing up. I was like, I knew this movie was gonna be good. I just knew it. I knew it was gonna be good.
And they played that Wonder Woman guitar riff like
I love that.
perfect every time.
I love that riff. The remix, it's so good. Yeah. This is just such a good movie.
You guys got it.
Such a good movie.
100%.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. Out of 10, what would you give it?
10, dude.
Really?
Like, I know.
10?
Yeah, man. Like, I know I said that with Guardians, but this, like, Guardians is 9 now.
I don't know.
What's bad about it?
I gave Guardians a 9.
Well, you're saving
I'm
your
gonna
10
gi-
for Star. Okay, 9.5.
Well, so I'm like super hyped about this movie right now, but I know there's like a few little things that are just awkward. Like some of the dialogue at the beginning, especially when she's like a kid.
By the way,
Some of it was just like
Aries' voice was so like under.
Okay, real quick. The real Ares is the most underwhelming looking villain of
Yeah.
all. Literally, they revealed him and people next to us started laughing.
Yeah.
He's got this super corny mustache and they're like showing him as like the god of war and he's got like this really like
and the most
old guy
well,
mustache.
the most intense scenes, his voice is just kind of like all like super pathetic.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
I was like, when he transformed with his like armor and stuff, I thought they would like transform him, but no, it's just the same like British dude with the mustache.
Like he was a transformer.
Yeah, I was just like, oh my! I
know, that was a
I
little
wanted
goofy.
to laugh.
I know.
And then like the people next to me started laughing, and I was like, okay, so that just be like this guy was just like really weird looking.
I mean, okay. I don't know, man. I enjoy this movie so much. This is the first movie in a long time I've enjoyed. I'm gonna give it a 10.
So you're giving it a 10.
What are you gonna give?
I'm gonna give it a 9.
No.
I'm gonna give it a 9.
High 9,
It
low
was
9.
good. High 9. It was
Okay.
really good. What do you think, Bethia? Out of 10,
I said a 10.
10.
All right. That's why we're
All right.
that's why we're married.
It's a good movie. So thanks for watching.
Gavin's gotta go home.
Yeah, I'm at home. So check us out on Twitter. We have an Instagram now.
Yep.
We have Facebook that we never use or log into.
Oh yeah.
The links will be in the description. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.
Later, guys.